Hello everybody, our lesson for today is dividing by one-digit divisors. Are you ready? Let's get started. In this lesson, you will learn how to divide two digits by one-digit numbers to get two digits quotient. Let's say you have 47 lollipops that you want to distribute equally among 3 kids. So our division problem is 47 divided by 3. But how to find the answer? So our division problem is 47 divided by 3. Let's use blocks to represent the 47. Since the 47 has 4 in the tens place, so we will use 4 tens blocks to represent it. And since it has 7 in the ones place, so we will use 7 ones blocks to represent the 7. And since we are distributing among 3 groups, so we will draw 3 rectangles to represent the groups. Now, for sure, we're going to use the division symbol that I taught you before. The place below the horizontal line is the place for the dividend. Next to the curved line is the place for the divisor. Up to the horizontal line is the place for the quotient. And remember the steps. Our dividend is 47, the divisor is 3, and let's find the quotient together. The first step is to find our number, then to multiply, subtract, bring down a new digit. And don't forget that if you forgot them, you can simply recall the family members. Father, mother, son, sister, brother. One important thing I want to tell you here, kids. When you have a multi-digit dividend that you want to divide, then you don't have to divide the entire number all at once. You can simply split your division problem into many steps, one digit at a time. So we will divide digit by digit. And we will start with the digit with the greatest place value, which is here 4. We will distribute the 4 among 3 groups, or the 40 in fact. So we have 4 tens blocks that we want to distribute equally among 3 groups. Each group will get 1 tens block, and 1 tens block remains. So each block or each group get 1, so we write 1 just above the 4. 1 times 3 is 3, which means that we took 3 groups out of the 4 groups, so 1 groups remain. So when we subtract, we will get 1, which is the third step. So 4 minus 3 is 1. Now this 1 tens block, we will regroup it into or as ones blocks. And we will join it to the 7. So now we have 17 ones blocks instead of 7. 10 and 7. Now we will distribute the 17 into the 3 groups equally. So each group will get 5 ones blocks and 2 ones blocks remains. So we will write 5 just above the 7 because each group got 5 ones blocks, and 15 below the 17 because we subtracted 15 from the 17 and 2 ones blocks remain. No more digit to bring down, 2 is less than 3, so that's it. The 2 is the remainder, we write it next to the quotient. So we can say that 47 divided by 3 is equal to 15 with a remainder of 2. So every kid gets 15 lollipops and 2 lollipops remain. Now, let's do it without using the blocks. Again, it's 47 divided by 3. Now, the dividend is 47, the divisor is 3. Let's find the quotient using the steps. Find your number, multiply, subtract, bring down a new digit. And if you forgot them, just recall the family members, father, mother, sister, brother. Now, again, you don't have to divide the whole digits at a time. Just split your division problem into 2 steps, digit by digit, and always start with the digit with the greatest place value, which is the 4 here. We will look for 4 in the table of 3. We will recall the table of 3 till we find a multiple which is the closest to 4 and still less. 0 times 3 is 0, 0 is less than 4. 1 times 3 is 3, 3 is less than 4, but to check that it's the closest, we will find the answer to 2 times 3. 2 times 3 is 6, 6 is more than 4. Now we cross it and we take the one that is just before 1 times 3, which is equal to 3. We write the factor 1 just above the 4. We multiply, which is the second step. 1 by 3 is 3. We write it just below the 4. Then the third step is subtracting. 4 minus 3 is 1. Before moving to the fourth step, we have to check that 1 is less than 3. Yes, 1 is less than 3. Now we move to the fourth step, bring down a new digit. We will bring down a new digit, which is 7. We write it next to the 1. So as if we regrouped the 1 tens into 10 ones, so 10 plus 7 is 17. Now we will divide 17 by 3. Or simply, we will look for 17 in the table of 3. We will look for a multiple that is just less than 17. And to do that, let's continue recalling the table of 3 till we find a multiple that is more. We will take the one that is just before. 3 times 3 is 9. 9 is less than 17. 4 times 3 is 12. 12 is less. 5 times 3 is 15. 15 is less. 6 times 3 is 18. And 18 is more. We will cross it and we will take 5 times 3, which will give us 15. We write the factor 5 up. Then we multiply 5 by 3, which is the second step. We write the answer below the 17. Then we move to the third step. 17 minus 15 is 2. We check that 2 is less than 3 and we bring down a new digit. We have no more digits to bring down, so 2 is the remainder. So 47 divided by 3 is equal to 15 with a remainder of 2. Let's remember the names. 47 is the dividend, 3 is the divisor, 15 is the quotient, and 2 is the remainder. And do you remember my secret? If you want to check that your answer is correct, you can simply multiply the divisor by the quotient and then add up the remainder. So let's try to do it. We will multiply 15 by 3, we will get 45, and if you add 45 with 2, then we will get 47. So we ended up with our dividend that we started with, which means that our division problem was correct. So every kid gets 15 lollipops and 2 lollipops remain. Now again, it's your turn. Stop the video, try to find the answers and come back again. And now let's check. 94 divided by 4. We will look for 9 in the table of 4. 0 by 4 is 0, 1 by 4 is 4, 2 by 4 is 8, 3 by 4 is 12. It's big. 12 is bigger than 9. So we will take the one that is just before. 2 by 4 is 8. I write the 2 up. Then I move to the second step, multiplying 2 by 4 is 8. 9 minus 8 is 1. I check that 1 is less than 4. Then I bring down a new digit, which is 14. I finished from the first digit, which is 9. Now I start doing the same steps again. But this time I'm dividing 14 by 4. So I repeat the steps again, finding my number. But this time I will find 14 in the table of 4. 3 times 4 is 12. 4 times 4 is 16. 16 is big, so we take 3 times 4, which will give us 12. We write the 3 above and the 12 below. We subtract. We bring down a new digit, but there are no more digits to bring down. We check that 2 is less than 4, so 2 is the remainder. So 94 divided by 4 is equal to 23 with a remainder of 2. Now the second one. But before, remember, if you want to check that your answer is correct, you can simply multiply the 3 by 4 and add up the 2. If you ended up with the same dividend, then your answer is correct. The second one is 89 divided by 6. Let's start with the 8. Let's look for 8 in the table of 6. 0 by 6 is 0, 1 by 6 is 6, 2 by 6 is 12. 12 is big, so we will take 1 by 6. We write 1 up and then we multiply, which is the second step. 1 by 6 is 6, we write it below the 8. Then subtract, which is the third step. 8 minus 6 is 2. Then we check that 2 is less than 6 and we bring down a new digit, which is 9. We join it to the 2, now we have 29. And now we have to repeat the steps again, starting from finding our number. Our number now is 29. Let's find it in the table of 6. We're dividing 29 by 6. 4 by 6 is 24. 5 by 6 is 30. 30 is bigger, so we take 4. We write it above. We multiply. We subtract. We bring down a new digit, but there are no more digits to bring down. We check that 5 is less than 6. And yes, it is, so 5 is the remainder. So 89 divided by 6 is 14 with a remainder of 5. And remember, if you want to check that your answer is correct, you can simply multiply 14 by 6 and then adding up the 5. If you got the same dividend that you started with, then your answer is correct. Good job. Remember, practice and practice and practice. Thank you for watching. See you next time.